Guess I gotta fix that coupler height issue. Welcome to the Millbrook Railroad, and today we're going to be doing some fine-tuning to our ballast car. Now this thing usually sits up by the ballast pile, and we fill it up and dump it out as we need more ballast. We always need more ballast right now, but it has a problem where the ballast doesn't flow out very well, and it's kind of tippy, and we have to do some tune-up to this. Now, I should do a full rebuild on this car, just, full disclosure, and I will do that at a later time, so we might not actually be able to address all the issues of this car, but we'll at least get it working better than it was, however janky that ends up being. Little background, this car was built at the Richmond Mountain Railroad for their ballasting needs, and that railroad, well, it ended up being pulled up, and some of it's here on the Millbrook Railroad, some of it's at the Shady Pines Railroad, and it was an innovative little railroad. They made their own cars, they made their own locomotives, and yeah, it was backwoods engineering at its best. But they did use smaller ballast than we use, and that's posing an issue for this particular ballast car. And so that's one of the things we're going to have to address. We'll see if we can open up the chutes. I don't know. We'll deal with the tipping issue. What this is designed to do, see, if you tip it up like this, you ballast between the rails. As you can see, that tips the ballast between the rails. But if you tip them like this, and tip both ends like that, then you can ballast outside of the rails. So knowing we have 3/4 inch ballast, that's this stuff right here. So I'll grab a bunch of this. So we get too much of this in here and it bunches up. And I'm thinking the problem is actually in here. And to replace the wooden parts might not be a bad idea. It's a bigger project than I was expecting, but, well, maybe it's just what the doctor ordered. For better flow. So I guess we'll start by making this opening a little bit wider here. So I think I'm going to take the Sawzall and just skim along here. I don't want to cut through both sides of the wood, just give myself some more clearance in here. Let's see how that works. I got to thinking, as much as I like my Sawzall, this might actually be a better tool for the job. Let's see how it does. See, I'm going to have to change where the handle is. That's easy enough. That's what these extra holes are for, so you can mount the handle in different places for different jobs. So that's opened up a little bit better, actually, and it's a little smoother. Smoother transitions here. That'll help the ballast flow out. Another thing I could do is just sand the sides of this and see if the ballast flows out better after that. I know it flows better when you have a metal floor, but let's see if we can tweak this a little more. Wait a minute. I see a type in there. Hold on. I know. This is just a temporary fix. Why am I wasting my time on it? Well, because I don't have a whole lot of time to devote to rebuilding this car completely yet. So this is all stuff that's eventually going to be undone anyway, but, well, I need the car now. So it's, I guess you could say it's kind of codependence. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Fill in your own metaphor. Before I throw more ballast in it, we have another issue. This. It's a little too unstable. So let's turn it upside down and figure out what's going on here. There's one washer right there in the bottom, causing all kinds of instability. Alright, so I did some adjustments here. This had way too much movement. That's a little more like it. And this truck is very loose. That may or may not be a problem. We'll have to figure that out. That might be too much movement. This one here, very stiff, and probably the way it's supposed to be. So let's go get this back on the track, load it up with ballast, and let's see how she rides. Yeah, I'm missing a coupler. It won't roll if it's derailed. There it is, a solid knuckle. Well, one thing's for sure, it is sitting straighter on the rails now than it was, and that's a big plus. Maybe it'll ride better? I don't know. Wait a minute, that's my ride. So get ready to do some ballasting, hopefully. I guess we'll find out if it'll work anyway, right? I mean, if it doesn't, then I guess we'll be just jamming the tamping rod into it anyway, so, well, who knows? Is it going to be back to the drawing board, or is it going to work? Comment below. I gotta fix that coupler height issue. appear to have a work area right in front of us.
The train has appeared to have appeared in front of my work area. Would you like permission in?
You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
Hey, you know who would like this? Noah. As soon as it stops raining.
That would be nice. Alright, let me shuffle into the siding. Restricted speed. Over the gap.
The whole railroad's restricted speed.
Fair enough. Extra restricted speed. Because it's right under a joint bar. I would classify that as a no ride, though. There's quite the gap on that.
That should be fine.
One of the few times we have two work trains going at the same time.
All right. Yeah, we're going to put this car on the other end of the engine. Not so fast. Thank you. That's not much better. I'm going up there. We'll leave this here at the ballast pile for right now. It's still getting jammed up here. kind of like a factory when the driveway is too small, when everybody gets out of work and tries to leave at the same time. I just managed to tamp it in worse. That didn't help at all. So clearly the problem is in the chute here. Well, not the chute itself, it's in the opening. Alright, once I finally get this empty, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the way that whole gate works. And I'm going to put a gate across the whole bottom of the car. And then I'm going to change the car body so that it goes all the way out to the sides. It's going to be a higher capacity car, and it's going to flow out much more freely. Well, we started off trying to do it the easy way and figured out what the real problem is. I did take care of that rocking problem that the car had before, so there's progress has been made, but more progress needs to be made. So after that, it is clear to me that these sides need to be opened up, and that chute needs to be wider to get the ballast to flow through properly. So that is kind of a small hole for 3/4 inch stone to go through. So what's the game plan now, I hear you ask? Well, there's a couple ways we can do this. One, we can open up the chutes by opening up more room on the sides. Two, we can modify the frame and turn this square, this box channel, into a triangle. That's a lot of work, and I'm not sure I want to do that right now. I'm not sure I'm ready to do that right now. But cutting here, cutting parts of this off, cutting parts of this other side off, that sounds more doable, more feasible. So, well, there you go. That's as far as I got on the ballast hopper, unfortunately. But, well, sometimes you got to accept a little bit of progress rather than a complete rebuild. We'll get to the complete rebuild at some point here. Also, we're going to completely rebuild the old 1301 ballast hopper. So that's coming up as well. I have pieces. All I got to do is just get the time, cut them out, make a video, and yeah, that'll be something exciting coming up. Now, we have to do this in order to get any more track work done effectively. The old ballast wagon behind the tractor is still falling apart as usual, but the tractor fell apart too. So it's back to doing things by rail only at this point, at least as far as freshening up ballast goes anyway. There's a lot of ballast that's got to be freshened up too, so these cars are going to get a lot of use. So stay tuned. That's coming up at some point in the near future right here on the Millbrook Railroad channel. But in the meantime, we'll use this a few more times and I'll get comments about why don't I use gloves um, while grabbing hold of ballast and stuff like that. And yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's working fine enough. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button, share it, subscribe, and if you want to help us in a more substantial way, you can always do that by going to patreon.com/Millbrook Railroad. It's patreon.com/Millbrook Railroad. And of course, we have merch in our merch store that comes off the 3D printer. That is at millbrookrailroad.com. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm not sure that I'm going to enjoy this hopper, but, well, I'll make the best of it.